Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, as to whether ODM will still remain united going to the 2027 general election is something that many Kenyans are still waiting to see, whether they will still be united when it reaches 2027. When Sifuna was confronted to explain whether he believes that when Raila supports RUTO, then RUTO is going to win, Sifuna had this to say.
ODM will only enter into alliances with political parties that are like-minded, political parties that are pro-people, people who can manage a country. You are not going to force us into an alliance with incompetent people. And it has been demonstrated that the Kenya Kwanza government is the most incompetent so far from independence. So they have mismanaged our country, they have mismanaged our democracy, they have mismanaged our economy, they have now mismanaged our international affairs. So our standing in the community of nations is now under, in tatters. William Ruto will lose that election with Raila's support.
Okay. Now, this is confirming that Sifuna does not align with the belief or the ideologies of Raila Odinga going forward. We have been seeing videos of members of parliament in ODM saying that they are going to stand with William Ruto. They are going to support William Ruto. We have seen these remarks left, right, and center. But the fact that the Secretary General of ODM, who is the engine of ODM, has made such a pronouncement that William Ruto will not win even if he gets the support of Raila Odinga, that leaves us with many questions, ladies and gentlemen. So before we explore those questions, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video, subscribe to our channel if you wish to support the work of this channel. Now, to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you this channel wouldn't have grown. When Sifuna confirmed that Ruto's fate is sealed, that his goose is already cooked, Sifuna was referring to the influence of Raila Odinga. We all know that Raila Odinga controls a huge chunk of votes of Kenya. That means that if Raila Odinga decides to support you now, in this particular scenario where Ruto is facing a lot of opposition, then the person that is likely to vie with William Ruto is most likely to beat him. That is to say that if, for example, Raila supports Okiya Omtatah today, then Okiya Omtatah is likely to get more support. I think the only problem will be for the local voters who always want something in return. Maybe we say that that is now what Omtatah will not be having to offer them in terms of monetary offer. But in terms of leadership, I think Omtatah might be having something to deliver, which according to him, he thinks that is going to be something better than what William Ruto is offering. So the fact that Sifuna has made that pronouncement, and the fact that Raila Odinga has not come out publicly to say that he's not going to work with William Ruto.
ODM is a mass movement of over 5 million people, Trevor. And these people have democratic rights to speak. But if you want to know the position of the party, a position of a party is arrived at following meetings of organs of political parties. So in ODM, people will have divergent views. You cannot expect everybody to sing in the same choir. And people have various reasons why they do the things they do. Odinga sings because he knows why he sings. He knows why he sings. It is not because that he has the interest of the people of Kisumu. In his own constituency of Kisumu, immediately the AU results were announced and the people of Kondele were there watching live. What were these people saying? Immediately the vote was called. They were saying Ruto must go. Those are the people. There was no one to incite them. There was no time to incite anyone. These things were happening in real time. They were happening in real time. There was on anybody goes to the ballot to re-elect a president is the things they have done for them at an individual level. How has he managed the affairs of the country? How has he managed the economy? Are Kenyans happier? Are Kenyans in a better place than when he took over? How is the state of health? How is the state of education? How is the state of our economy, Trevor? If you are telling me that you're going to re-elect Ruto because he gave Baba a lift from the hotel to the venue of the AUC election, there's something very wrong with you. There's people who are telling us that they will vote for Raila, for Ruto, to spite those two mamambogas who are singing that they were happy in Karatina. Two mamambogas at a market in Karatina who are singing and saying they're happy that Baba lost. Now people tell us we vote for Ruto to punish those people. What sort of sense is that? That is not common sense. It is absolute absurdity. I want to tell William Ruto that the only reason he will be re-elected, because everybody knows that even him pretending to front Raila, because Raila himself has told us that he did not ask Ruto to support him. And when he announced that he was going to run for this thing, it was of his own volition. He said it himself. If there is somebody lying to Ruto, because everybody knows this was supposed to be a ruse, to try and come and blackmail, because he knows people love Baba. He knows people love Baba. So he comes and tells us, oh, I supported him, I helped him, I did this for him, and this and that, so that he blackmails Raila supporters emotionally, because we like when people do good things for Baba and when they honor him. But what has he done for us as a people? The people who are going to vote in this particular election will be asking those questions.
So I'm just looking at a scenario where now ODM has decided that, the ODM, decided that they're going to support Ruto, and then that the person who is supposed to make that communication is Sifuna, and then Sifuna declines to make that statement. I'm just looking at that kind of scenario, how that scenario will play out. What is Sifuna going to do if confronted with that kind of scenario? He's supposed to state the position of ODM. Because, like, for example, before the AUC election, there was a pronouncement that ODM is going to front someone. Edwin Sifuna made that pronouncement. But of course, the reaction from, leaders in ODM, the members of parliament in ODM who are, in opposing direction. Some of them criticized Edwin Sifuna, but some of them supported Edwin Sifuna and said that Edwin Sifuna yeye ndiye anaongelea chama. Yeye ndiye amecommanded na constitution kuongea on behalf of chama. So because of that reason, Edwin Sifuna's point must be taken seriously. So he is telling us in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, that Ruto, even if he gets the support of Raila, he will still not make it. I mean, that is something that is a bit alarming. It's a remark that raises more alarm, and especially the people from UDA are supposed to be concerned about that utterance, that even if you get Raila, even if they give Raila Odinga prime minister position, something that UDA wanataka kumpatia, bado hutapata. So it means Ruto has totally lost favor with Kenyans. Is that what actually it means? Because when I heard Kaluma made a pronouncement in parliament, and he said that if he delivers to the Kenyans' demands, then I think they are going to vote for him. That was a pronouncement. And then we also remember there's a time Kithure Kindiki said, acknowledged that there's an issue with SHA. SHA has been a problem with Kenyans. So those were some of the comments about tunaona kwamba UDA wanajaribu kurekebisha kama hiyo SHA. Most likely they're going to do something about even the housing levy, because housing levy is a thorny issue, especially after what Alice Wahome made, a pronouncement he made that hata kama ulitoa ushuru lakini hakuna guarantee kwamba utapata nyumba hautapata. Then kuna mahali tena alisema kwamba zile promise za 200,000 housing units hataweza kudeliver, lakini anaza deliver 8,000. I mean, he made such a pronouncement. So we remember this kind of pronouncements are not sitting well with Kenyans. Now, of course, Edwin Sifuna has a point. Now, this point going forward, I think they itakuwa determinant on the relationship between UDA and ODM. Is it going to be rosy? Because if at all this marriage is to be successful, then the Secretary General of UDA, who is Hassan Omar, is supposed to work with the Secretary General of ODM. But since that is not taking place, there is failure. Ambayo inaonekana itatokea hapa. Failure. This marriage is going to fail. So, ladies and gentlemen, Just go below in the comment section and you can offer a reaction to this development. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.